Are you an artist?
Yeah, how did you know?
Because you look lonely.
Well, being an artist is a lonely existence. It's just you and your art against the world.
It doesn't have to be. Let me introduce you to the artist and business community.
A community of artists? Wow. Can I bring my chips?
Yeah.
There's a misconception out there that as an artist, you have to spend your days and nights working alone with your art with no support from anyone. But instead of living in this lonely and precarious fantasy space, wouldn't you prefer to have a community of like-minded artists who may be going through the same issues you are when it comes to your art business? People with whom you can ask questions, share ideas, collaborate with, commiserate with, share a laugh with, bond with, and receive guidance from. When it comes to confronting and overcoming challenges, the community will always be more powerful than the individual. Nobody can do it alone. I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why trying to build your business alone as an artist is not only lonely, but could be dangerous. Reason number 1, you can make mistakes you aren't even aware of with no one pointing them out for you. I worked with a wonderfully talented oil painter by the name of Kelly. She had been selling her art through galleries, and this method worked for a while, but eventually the gallery stopped buying her work. She did everything in her power to make a sale, but nothing really worked. She was angry and frustrated. She was heartbroken and thought she might have to quit. But when Kelly joined the AIB community, we found out that one of the reasons people weren't buying from her was that they felt her art was too expensive. In the past, Kelly would have lowered her rates to get more sales, but there was a better way. She began offering payment plans. For example, people could pay $200 a month over 5 months instead of $1,000 all at once for some of her art. Then, plus the other insights she gathered about finding her ideal clients, led to an immediate surge in revenue. As Kelly put it, when you first become an artist, you think, if I make good art, it will sell. That's a happy dream, but not how it works. The reality is, you're running a business. Reason number 2, you may be selling to the wrong people. If your art is not selling, you may begin to feel that it's because of your work. This is not the case. So many artists I've worked with have fallen into this trap and begin to lose confidence in their abilities if their art isn't selling. But in so many cases, the reason is because they were selling to the wrong people and they didn't know it. And they had nobody to talk to help them right the course. I worked with a lovely artist by the name of Julie. She had a social media following of 2,000 on Instagram and an email list of 800 people. Great, right? But there was a problem. She could not make a sale at all. When we started working together, the problem became immediately clear. Her followers and email members turned out to be other artists who were following her because they were inspired by her work, but they weren't her buyers. I told her she needed to let go of her current email list and start all over again. It was difficult, but she knew she could find her ideal buyers by using the approach that worked every single time. Find those who resonate with your work. Find out what they resonate with, get to the root of their wants and needs, and find more of them. If your business has the wrong audience, as Julie's did, its structure is going to be weak. It's better to have the right people than anything else. You don't even need a place to sell online if you have the right people. You can figure out a way to sell to them no matter what. Reason number 3, you might be working harder instead of smarter. This is the reason 90% of artistic businesses fail every year, or the artist decides to quit trying. This is not something that is necessarily intuitive or that we're taught. It's a practice that has to be distinctly sought out and learned, and it can be learned quickly when you have the right steps to help get you there. Sophia is a dynamic performance artist who wanted to start a membership-based travel blog where her audience could keep up with her travels as she went from country to country, performing, exploring, and doing philanthropic work. The problem? Nobody wanted to sign up for the membership. When she came to me, we identified 5 people who supported her and loved her work, and we asked them what would get them to buy in. They said instead of a blog, they wanted to feel like they were there with her virtually. So Sophia created the virtual pilgrimage program. And from there, her business was born. But Sophia didn't stop there. She continued to do the work and listen to her audience, and she discovered that there was a group of dedicated, ideal buyers who actually wanted to go on pilgrimages with her, to physically be there on the journeys. So she created an offer to do just that and ended up making $81,000 in one weekend a few months later. This, my friends, is the power of community. It's why it's so dangerous to believe your art business needs to be run on an island. But before any of these artists achieved their success, each of them first had to discover their signature story. It's the cornerstone of all the work we do at Artists in Business, and it's the reason hundreds of artists in the Artists in Business community have been able to build 5- and 6-figure businesses. With our programs, specifically our Signature Story membership, not only will you be instantly connected to our vast and creative community of artists for support, but you'll be able to discover the North Star of your business, your signature story. It will guide you and lead you on a path to creating and running a successful art business, just like you were born to do.
Wow. Just wow.
Click the link in the description below to find out how you can join the Signature Story membership program, or just learn more about how to write your signature story.